Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Dave Sinclair with Business Transitions Plus, and thought I'd do a little book review today. Just finished reading, or not quite finished reading yet, but close enough to talk about what I've learned so far. I can look at my notes here. The book is called The Mind of the Leader: How to Lead Yourself and Your People, Your Organization for Extraordinary Results. What kind of led me to this book right off the bat is I think you all know that I absolutely love mindfulness, and that's what this book is really about. There's three main concepts in this book, and they call it the MSC model for leadership. M standing for mindfulness, S standing for selflessness, and C standing for compassion. And really what these three concepts mean in a nutshell in this book, what they talk about, at least my takeaway is, number one, if we can lead more mindfully, and more mindfully means that we're more aware and more attentive to what's going on, more aware of what's going on within us when we're talking to people, so we can stay more centered and focused in the conversation, and more attentive to the person that we're actually talking to. Imagine what could happen, or what you felt like in the past when someone's being much more aware and more attentive to you as they've been talking to you. The next concept they talk about is selflessness. And a lot of people might look at this and say, well, does that mean that I just give everything of myself to someone else? And that's not what it's really saying. What it's saying is, yes, we need to focus on the needs of others, but as a leader, for ourselves and for others, it's quite often being selfless in the fact that we almost need to die to what our needs are and the needs of others for the overall greater good. In the context of an organization, it might mean, well, what's the greater good for the customer that we all need to come together to work towards? So selflessness is really that act of letting go of what our own ego is telling us, but at the same time still being very confident in our ability to lead others towards the greater good. And the last and probably most important concept they talk about is compassion. And compassion is really that positive intent for others for what we're doing. Not just feeling for other people, but actually really understanding where they're coming from and trying to put things in place to help themselves move past what it is might be troubling them to move towards the future. So as I wrap this video up today, I ask you, what can you do in your own personal life or your organization to live more mindfully, more selflessly, and also more compassionately? And if you did do these things, what kind of impact would it have on your life and your organization? I'm Dave Sinclair, and I help individuals and organizations with these kinds of concepts, putting more of them in place for their personal lives as well as their business. Please check out my website for more information. Reach out to me directly at dsinclair@btplus.ca, and I'd love to have a conversation with you in terms of how these concepts might be able to help you. Thank you, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.